I started having problems when I was young. I used to be a very keen sports person. I'm talking about kind of top elite. I got to about the age of 15, 16, and I started having problems when I was running and things like that, and I started getting very fatigued, and I couldn't understand what the problem was. So I just ignored it. I just thought maybe I was overtraining and things like that. I'd been going to the doctors, discovered every time I went for tests with the doctors, they would say it was anemia. Just put it down to anemia, put me on blood tablets for maybe 4 or 5 months at a time, which caused my system really upset, and again it would come back off. My blood would go up sometimes occasionally, and then it would go back down again, so it was just a roller coaster. A few years later I had my 2 kids, and I went really ill after my kids, started losing memory, things like that. And they put it down, oh, it was just having your children. And again, I just ignored it. I'd been going to the doctors, nobody seemed to recognise a thing. Eventually, as the years went on, things started to get worse, and especially the memory department. I started forgetting simple things, like I'd put something down and I'd forget it. And I'd be standing right at it and I couldn't even remember I'd put it there. I've been saying to you, I'd been over to the doctors, I started losing weight quite dramatically, and I got pregnant with my 3rd child a year and a half ago, well, 2 years ago now. And the minute I got pregnant, I just thought it was the pregnancy, me being a bit older. I thought, well, you're going to have more problems that you're older having another child. And I just put it down to that. I've got slight other medical conditions which could have kind of coincided. I just blamed everything on the other problems I had. I'd been coming back and forward, and after I had the baby I'd started to lose weight dramatically again. My blood levels never went back up, and I was on blood tablets for about, I'd say about 6-8 months. We absolutely no difference, they weren't even going up in levels, they were still going down. I had a thyroid problem and it kept going out of sync. And they said, well, if you're on the thyroid tablets, are you taking them regularly? And I said, yeah, I'm taking them fine. And I'd been coming over here, but I'd never seen Dr. Shandy at all at that time. I'd been seeing other doctors, and again they hadn't recognised the problems. The biggest problem I had was fatigue. I was so exhausted. I mean, I literally try to get up. I would get up in the morning, but try to get your brain to work. It just went on the whole day with fatigueness. And usually about 9, 10 o'clock at night, that was when I would come alive, and I would seem to feel that wee period I would be fine. And then I would go to bed at night and I couldn't sleep, and I would have extreme pins and needles in my hands, and my feet would be irritable. Literally I couldn't lie even blankets over me because my legs would be so irritating, and never found anything. And it was eventually one day I came over to Dr. Shandy, and he took one look at me and said, I want to do some blood tests. And he instantly discovered the B12 as soon as he phoned me up and said, no, you're definitely way low and you're persistent anemic, and that's the problem. And he's put me on the injection. Since then I've been on them every second day, so that's about 3 months I've been on them now, and it's made a difference. The only slight problem I've had is I think the nerve damage has went a bit far in my hand, and I've lost the ability to write. My whole arm's weak, I've lost kind of muscle tone at the top of my arm. And it just feels like if I were to lift anything I'll drop it. And I think if it maybe it will get better, but if it maybe been discovered long before it got to that stage where I've lost so much. I still get the fatigueness, but not near as bad as I did. And the memory is vast. I mean, it's like so much different. I can remember things when I speak now. Even my mother used to say I was starting to get punchy when I was talking, and I wasn't. She said your speech was so different, but the minute I went on the B12 injections, that part of it came back and I could start to remember, and it made a vast difference. I mean, I still kind of suffer from it. The minute I don't get the injections, I'm back down again. I had 1 week off, not getting them, and the difference that week made, I just went straight back down again. But it has changed my life, that it's made a vast difference. I feel as if I'm functioning now. And before, I just felt I wasn't in the land of the living. I just felt as if I couldn't even function through a day. And with the injections, I feel as if I can go and do things, and do the gardening and do things I used to love. So it has changed my life, that it's made a difference. It's not made me cured and fully better, but it is on the recovery of it. and maybe if I keep them up it will make a vast difference in my life.